Hello, my loves, and welcome to the July 2025 crystal channeling. So, as always, there are 3 crystals in my keeping that have sung to me for this month. So, I will show you each crystal and trust whichever one you most feel pulled to, because that is the crystal that has a message for you this month, and that has medicine this month that can help you navigate the energies and the events of the world and your life in alignment with your highest. And so we're going to begin right away. The first crystal that called to me was Spirit Quartz. The second crystal that called to me, Carnelian. And the third crystal, Jade. So, again, trust whichever crystal you felt pulled to, because that's the one with the medicine and message for you for this month. So I'll begin by channeling the Spirit Quartz. Okay, so Spirit Quartz is saying to the people who for this month are going to feel extra sensitive to the energies of the world around them, to the energies of the collective. This is your medicine stone for the month. It is recommending that you wear it every single day. Why? Because it creates an energetic type of buffer zone around your energetic field, your auric field, that helps to pattern out and or harmonize distortions, so that any distortion energy coming into your field is either patterned back out or it's harmonized so that it does not have a negative impact on you. The other thing that Spirit Quartz really helps you to do is it helps you to engage with your own higher spirit, your own inner higher light. And so it helps with courage, it helps with discernment, it helps with facing fears. So especially for those of you who are feeling the effects of the world or events in your life, and yet at the same time you're at a crucial point in your own timeline, in your own path and life, where you are needing to make change, you are needing to make aligned decisions, you are growing, you are in a stage of metamorphosis. First of all, it's really important that you keep those distortions out of your field, that you keep those incoherent energies and the heaviness of the world out of your field, so that you're really aligned with your light. But at the same time, it also helps to harmonize your inner world, your inner light, your inner life and thoughts and energy, so that you stay very tapped into your own spirit and the light of your own spirit, very tapped into your inner guidance, your inner knowing, very tapped into your intuition. So this is the magic talisman or amulet, if you will, for all of you who are resonating with that message for this month. Okay, so that was Spirit Quartz. Now next, Carnelian. Carnelian is saying that it is time for your inner fire. It is time for your inner fire, baby. You have been sitting on the sidelines for too long. You have been waiting. You have been thinking. You have been worrying. You have been wondering. It is time for you to get into action. It is time for you to start taking aligned action, to start getting out there, to start making the changes you wish to see in your life, in your world, in your body, in your health, whatever it may be. This is no longer a time to assess. This is no longer a time to research, to reflect, to contemplate. This is an action month for you. So if you have been sort of in this place of stasis, of kind of just flowing along, uncertain of which direction to move in or what kind of changes that you were needing to make, now is the time. Now is the time to be and to step into the role of creator in your life. You are a co-creator in your life with source consciousness and energy. It's you and it's that making your life. It's time to position out of the victim seat. It's time to position out of passenger or supportive player in your life. It is time for you to fully claim leadership, self-leadership, responsibility, accountability, claim your dreams, claim what it is you truly desire. Say yes to it. This is what I am. This is what I want. This is what I'm desiring to create in my life. And then go out and take action. This is a fire month for you. And Carnelian is your ally when you're feeling dimmed, when you're feeling uncertain, when you're feeling vulnerable, when you're feeling, weak inside, when you're not certain of your worth, when there's a boundary that you need to affirm. Carnelian is calling you into its medicine. Sit and not only hold it, not only meditate with it, but actively engage with it. Call in its spirit, call in its consciousness, call in its fire. Ask it to build the fire within you. This is what's going to motivate you through this month. Okay, so that was Carnelian. And now finally for the Jade. The Jade. Okay, so the Jade is saying, very, very different vibe, very different message here from the previous one. The Jade is saying, dear one, it is time for you to step back. It is time for you to step back and become the observer, and the observer from the higher plane. All the paths that we walk are ultimately patterns. What is the pattern that you are in? What are the patterns that are playing out in your life? What are you being invited to really question? What are you being invited to let go? This is your call into greater mastery, self-mastery, spiritual mastery, commitment and devotion, but from a place of inner stillness, mindfulness, deep listening, dropping in and centering, becoming the Buddha, if that's an expression that holds meaning for you in your life. Perceive the patterns not only in your life, but the patterns playing out in your life. And for those of you for whom this message is meant, you will understand this. Even if it's not on a conscious level, you will understand this on a gut level. You are at a pivot place in your life, but the pivot, the change that you are seeking is not going to come from barreling outwards into action in your life, but rather withdrawing into the inner place of stillness, the inner place of silence. You have been too engaged in what's been happening out in your world, dear one. You have been too engaged and too pulled in too many distractions. Okay, it is time for you to come back into center, into quiet, perception, discernment, deep listening. This is what is going to align you perfectly and potently with the shift that is already beginning to happen in your life, because it's something that you called in at an earlier point this year. And so it's very much becoming the sage who sits atop the mountain. It's very much becoming the sage who navigates their life with greater wisdom, greater truth, greater authenticity. And Jade is saying the only way to do that, dear one, is to come into your inner power and quiet and listen. Listen to yourself, listen to your soul, listen to your truth. As soon as you accept your truth and surrender into that acceptance, You come out of the resistance, and that's where you'll find the sweet spot within. So Jade is inviting you to sit with it regularly, in quiet, in contemplation, in meditation. This is the medicine, the frequency that will align you with its own crystalline energy so that you tap into your inner wellspring of power, wisdom, ancient codes in your DNA, and enlightened, aligned thinking, consciousness, and then ultimately action. So that was the message and the medicine from Jade, and that is the channeling for this month. So again, there will be one crystal that just really spoke to you this month, that really dropped in. Sometimes we can find commonalities and values from each one of the crystals, but there's one where you're like, that's the reflection, that's the wisdom, that's the message, that's the medicine I need for this month. Trust it, because here's what I have found. The crystals, they're never wrong. They speak to us through resonance, through energetic language, and our cells recognize those frequencies and sing back. And that's what begins to form the energetic connection and the energetic relationship. And especially in times of uncertainty, what I find I can always count on are the crystallines. Their steady frequencies are so comforting. That's the first thing. But the second thing is they are the oldest of the elders on this planet. They have seen so much happen throughout their time. And so they've got that greater perspective. They've got that greater wisdom, which can really help us to navigate. So I hope that reading, that channeling today was of service to you. If so, please feel free to share in the comments which crystal most sang to you for this month. And by all means, if you found this to be of service, please feel free to like, to subscribe, to follow. And if you're curious about my work, by all means, go to my website and check it out. Thank you so much for watching, for following, and I'll be back to share more crystal magic with you soon.